So this is today's event is basically to drill deeper on the Azure Security Center. So Microsoft changed the name of Security Center to
Yeah,
basically to be called the Microsoft Defender for the
yeah.
cloud.
I don't
Uh,
like that name.
you heard about it before, or you?
I did. That was
Okay.
recent. That was just like a couple last week or a couple of weeks ago. That is the last this thing. I heard about it. I saw it. I don't like. I don't know the way they are naming things. Just
Yeah, I don't know.
they
It's
change
I was also surprised. So, but my
Hunters,
yeah,
Defender for everything. I don't know.
yeah. So they keep moving around and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. So so today's presentation is basically on the asset inventory, which is part of the Azure Defender for the cloud. So the Azure
Okay.
Security Center. So
Yeah.
basically, is I can show you my screen about what it looks
Okay.
like. So this is basically it. So you could see normally here you will be seeing the Security Center. But now
Yeah.
you can see it's changed to Microsoft Defender for the cloud. So which is
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Exactly.
So if you have like a lot of subscription, you see it gives you the number of subscriptions you have. I only have one subscription in this tenant. So so when you say you go overview, gives you the normal overview of the security sensor, the Azure Defender for the cloud. And when you type in inventory, it gives you the asset inventory. And this is asset inventory. So basically what it is, it just gives you the count and information about your resource. So how many is your resource, how healthy it is, if it's monitored, or already if there also if there's any issue with your subscription or something or with your resources, you can find it here. So back to the slide. Can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the slide. So basically, um, like I said earlier, the asset inventory page on Microsoft Defender for the cloud provides kind of a single page for reviewing the security posture of your resources. You have connected to the Microsoft Defender for the cloud. Um, so next is just uh, when you have like a recommendations, and these recommendations appear in this inventory list, and it gives you, for instance, like I said, how many subscriptions you have, which is enhanced to the security center. By the way, uh, security center or defender for the cloud need to be activated, so you have to pay for it. It's
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
plugged into it to your resources in order for
Yeah.
Microsoft to help you with the security, giving you the security posture of your resources. And
Yeah.
that goes through a baseline benchmark of Microsoft Security Center. So it gives you which of machines with the tag production are uh, uh, missing the log analytics agent, for instance, and how many machines tagged with specific tags, and which machine in a specific resource have a vulnerability. So, and then helps you to resolve the vulnerability yourself, or you can use like a quick fix, or this vulnerability you can couple it to Qualys agents. I don't know if you heard about the Qualys,
Yeah. Yeah.
platform. It gives you kind of it helps you manage vulnerabilities. Say you have multiple tenants or a single tenant of all your resources and your resource groups, and then brings you up to date to say quick fixes if there's issues or vulnerability out there or within your resources, and then it fixes it for you and gives you okay, gives advices on how to fix it, what you need to do to fix it, and say gives you the level of this vulnerability, kind of high, medium, and low risk, for instance.
Okay.
So, like I showed earlier, this is kind of um, the security center, so the Microsoft Defender for the cloud. So you can see it's showing you information is pulled from 8 subscriptions, and this there are 1,904 subscription resources. Sorry, resources, and you can see there are 218 unhealthy resources out within these nice subscriptions.
Okay.
And this gives you the level of seriousness. So, for instance, the red means if you click on this further, for instance, the red shows you what you need to fix. The green means these resources, this count of resources are okay, are up to date, in the sense they're when benched with the Microsoft bench based security baseline is up to date and secured. So before, say you want to define any filter, so these are the filters, for instance. You're gonna get all these filters, for instance. So if you want to define a filters, you could say like give your total resources to the total number of resources connected to the Defender for the cloud. The unhealthy resources, just active security recommendations, unmonitored resources, and also unregistered subscriptions. So any subscriptions in the selected scope that haven't yet been connected to the Micro Defender, it tells you and it shows you, and it's up to you to connect it or not. So often most organizations have like a dev production subscription for the production work. And they also have like acceptance and also their development, how they develop their stuff, like do their proof of concept and do their minimum viable product and stuff like that, or have a dev test subscription. So the multiple filters, like you see here, just provides you how you can drill deeper to get more information about the resource or something. And basically, how this does, how the asset inventory works is basically it's okay. It utilizes the Azure resources graph. So I don't know if you know about the resource graph.
Yeah.
So that provides the ability to query Defender for the cloud's security posture across multiple subscriptions. And so in a typical organization, they have more than one subscriptions. And this query is done with the Kusto query language, the QQL query language.
Yeah, QQL.
Yeah. So for an end user, how do you use the asset inventory? So if you go, like I said, if you go on the Defender for the client sidebar, select the inventory, and you can use the filter by name box to display a specific resource or use the filter as described below. Then you can select the relevant options in the filter to create specific query you want to perform. So this is this kind of a chart about it. So the dashboard. So this is the inventory blade as part of the Microsoft Defender for the cloud. And with the filter, you could do filter to what you want to drill down in. And say you want to click on one of these, it drills you deeper, say in this case of container registries. You could see it from the recommendations, the container registry is completely at risk. So you need to do something based on the recommendation. So when you click on it, you can see a recommendation from Microsoft what you need to do to fix this, to make it secured, up to date. Yeah. So when you improve this, it improves your security posture, overall security posture, making you, because according to Microsoft, security is a shared responsibility. So Microsoft does theirs, you as an organization, individual, or cloud user does yours as well.
Yeah.
So this is like a drill down from the first selection, the container registry. So you could see here, there's a security checks. A security update needs to be done on the Debian VM. So you could see from the unhealthy registries, high alerts, counts for the total vulnerability is 131, and there's high vulnerability level, and it gives you the ID and which container registry that you need to fix. So in this case, it's a patch. You need a security update to be done. And when you click on this, so this is the CVEs. It's kind of a Microsoft patch. So when Microsoft releases a patch, they give you documentation to follow the patch in order to enable the patch based on a vulnerability they already encountered, and they want you to take action against it to upgrade it. And further, to use the Defender for Cloud Filter, you can select one or more options, say the off, on, or the partial. Or also with the off, the resources that aren't protected by Microsoft Defender plan, you can right click on any of these to upgrade them. So like you are seeing in this chart here.
Okay, so we can select and choose which resources we want to enroll in.
Exactly, yeah. But then if you already
that will affect the security score.
it will affect the security score because you're adding more content. So the Microsoft Defender for the Cloud have more analytics to be done on extra resources you're adding to it. So at the end of the day, the percentage increases, but then it means that the security center is protecting more resources in your ecosystem. What it means, because it costs money. So it costs money. Yeah.
The same billing, the usual metric billing or pay as you go, right?
Yeah.
That'll be aside from the subscription for the what was called security center, because I knew you had to there was apart from the monthly apart from the pay as you the resource usage per bill, there was a monthly thing then with security center.
Yes, exactly.
A per month fee.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So what most organizations, what they do like they buy reserve instances. So they buy they use, like, for instance, Azure Benefit. Azure Benefit means that, okay, they are already using like a simple licenses, yeah. So they can get like a 40% discount or something to off when they activate to use Microsoft Defender for the Cloud or the Azure Security Center. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There is a separate benefit for subscribing to Security Center, you mean?
Yeah, the benefit it gives you, it maps your cloud environment to Microsoft baseline to make it your
okay. So like how we apply hybrid use benefits for Windows Server to this thing, we can also do that for the Security Center, you mean?
Exactly, yeah. So you can get a discount on it basically,
Okay.
but it's based on which kind of subscription you have. So say for enterprise, say EA license, EA license. So most organizations they already paid for that, so they pay consumption plan.
Yeah.
So they already paid upfront for it, but then at the end of the day, end of the year, you get a chart of they could see which costs they already used. And that gives them a projection in the future if they're going to want to buy lesser consumption as part of the EA license they have with Microsoft or not. So in most organizations also use majority of organizations also use the cloud via CSP. So cloud
yeah, that's what I do.
Service CSPs.
Yeah, that's what we do the most.
Yeah. So the CSPs, in the CSPs, leveraging costs by knowing which resource to add to the Microsoft Defender or not gives you benefit in itself. So you could virtually see, okay, how much you have used and then how much you didn't use. And then the cloud CSP pays you for what you have used. So you pay for what you use to them.
Yeah, that's more flexible.
It's more flexible. Exactly, yeah, it's more flexible than enterprise agreement license, which most big companies have direct with Microsoft. So this is basically another chart. So on resources that are protected by the Microsoft Defender. So you could see the servers are on. So you can see it's protected. App service is also protected as part of the Microsoft Defender plan. And also you could say, okay, for the Azure SQL database, you can turn it off. You don't want it to be defended or to be monitored or security to be controlled on it. So that's basically the inventory part of the Microsoft Defender for the cloud. So in other words, the Azure Security Center.
Yeah.
So for the going back to what you want in terms of exam, how to pass the Azure exam. So in December, do you have already materials?
No, I won't be taking any until maybe middle of until January, February to at the earliest.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a couple of materials and resources, but it can never be enough. So
That's true. Yeah.
if I see or come across more, I can list to my. I would collect it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have not done any exam yet, Microsoft exam yet, or
As of recent, no.
okay. Yeah.
Since last year, I haven't taken any. Other than that 104 the last time, I haven't taken any again.
Okay, if you, when you're ready next year, let me know. I could pull up resources and send across to you and give you tips on how to prepare. So I've done some exams in the past, so I could give you some tricks and tips on to follow.
I would
On what
really,
to
really
follow.
appreciate that. I would like that.
No problem. Yeah. Okay. Without further ado, I think let's call it a day.
Okay, nobody else joined.
Nobody has joined, so
Wow.
it is sometimes it's like this. So yeah.
May I quickly ask a couple of questions?
Sure, definitely.
I
Yeah.
had, yeah, relating to maybe some past project I had, and yeah, I was identity with Azure AD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have a couple of questions on that, and then one regarding the VPN networking.
Mm-hmm.
So the last there was I had slight issues with Azure VPN gateway, specifically point to site connections.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, administering AD domain environments over point to site connections is not so friendly. Let me put it that way. So I had issues with propagating domain controllers, replication, and then group policy
Mm-hmm.
over field clients.
Yeah.
So what we did was we did a point to site connection to the plan was to do a site to site for some main offices, and then those that are remote would come in through point to site. Over a certificate based authentication, everything connected well and all that, but they were even able to join the domain over the point to site this thing. But when it comes to management, remote management, PowerShell, sending out group policies over that connection, there is always problems with, I don't know, maybe DNS and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I checked all over the place, but I didn't really see any definite conclusion to it. So we ended up setting up always on VPN Windows servers for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to believe there is a solution for cost-effective AD management over Azure VPN like that.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you normally, it depends on kind of the situation you face. I think um, in terms of point to site, normally you have to register a device, so that kind of a service principal, and then you can have like a firewall that streamlines which kind of access you need, or which kind of endpoints that need to have access to your environment, for instance. Also, you can also do what is called whitelisting. So if you can send me this situation, I can look it up for you. Alternatively, you can ask question on Microsoft question and answer, the forum.
Oh, yeah, I did
You know
that.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, I did. No, I did. I got to talk. I got to talking with the Microsoft this thing on Twitter.
yeah,
So I got redirected back to the Q&A forum.
yeah.
Apparently, what they were saying is it's not a common scenario that I should that will be referred to the Q&A that there will be answers there eventually. So I got redirected there and reposted with the link ID according to them. So they were talking. The thing is, they were talking about using DNS forwarders inside Azure and what have you. But apparently, others have had that issue too, and it didn't seem to work for them.
Yeah,
So, in most cases, people just ended up going with VPNs from maybe Cisco or
yeah.
other things and like that. So I don't know. I probably still have those screenshots and the things over there. I didn't get anything like completely
Satisfying.
rigid. Yes. So the best answer, according to someone, was to just go with what we eventually did: set up an always on VPN radius server and
Yeah.
went that way instead of the point side thing. Others just ended up the closest person that had the issue exactly as I had it. He ended up going for OpenVPN on Azure. That is, the network virtual appliance of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that protocol, OpenVPN. Yeah, ended up doing that. So me, I don't know. I still believe that there should be a way to with VPN gateways of private point to site. There should be a way that you could domain join systems in the field and manage them through that way. Manage out scenarios should be possible because I did everything I could find in terms of opening up the network. I even opened up. I got some templates on GitHub for networking things for AD over remote
Mhm.
connections.
Yeah,
So I opened up a lot of avenues and things for that. So there wasn't really problem with the way my AD and this thing was set up. It was I think it was the VPN because the packets always have issue when at the point of transiting over that VPN connection, like the traversal.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the VNet, I could remote very easily to other domain controllers, other machines, because we had other machines there, other servers could remote into them, send out group policies, do all the normal things we used to do, all well and good. But
Mhm.
when it comes to going like talking to machines, either laptops or servers outside of the VNet,
Yeah,
that's when only some instructions go, some stay back behind.
yeah.
So
Well, what you can do is like with my work, I often have like a monthly call with Microsoft in terms of new when they have like new features or if we have issues and stuff. Uh, if you can send me the link you posted on Q&A, Microsoft Q&A,
okay,
I will see if I can solve it. If not, I will forward it to this Microsoft customer engineer, and then he will now go further within Microsoft and channel the question to the right group. So probably network team within Microsoft, and then I will come back with an answer to you. I think that's the best thing we can do it.
okay. How do I get it across to you?
Just just forward it to my email. I will drop my email now. So just forward it to my email.
Okay.
Let's see what I will do. So that's my email. I will look into it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. So I hope you have a nice weekend.
Yes, and I would make sure to keep you posted on when I'm getting ready to take
Yes, for
the
exam.
other exam.
Sure, that would be
Yes.
nice.
By next year I have to at least finish up the ones I lined up.
Yeah.
Because this year has gone already and there's not much I can do.
This year is finished.
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
Okay, cool. Okay, take care, mate. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.